Jamaica, Clava both ran in yesterday, so one of them had to run in the mixed. Are you surprised they're not running one in that?
Yeah, to be honest, yes. Because I think one of these four, yes, they were in it. Like,
we get to their heat in just a moment. The second of the heat's coming up. But first of all, it is heat number 1, and there are 6 teams lining up. In fact, 5 teams. Dominican Republic are late withdrawals. They did have a team declared, Dominican Republic, but they are a DNS, as you can see there. So a late problem for them, which means that 5 teams will contest the 2 places. India, therefore, are on the inside in lane 4. Which is not something you say too often. They have Rupal, Jatika Dandy, Vivama Matsitira, and Suba Venkatisan. Lining up for Germany. Seeing their male 4x1 sprinters go through. Alicia Smith, who ran in a mixed 4x4 earlier on this evening and ran very well, was back out about an hour and a bit later there in the women's 4x4 with Scotty Shea, Mona Meyer and Hannah Mergenthaler. Jamaica, well, a poor day yesterday for them with only 1 team going through. The fortunes for them have improved this evening with Cherokee Young, Renisha McGregor, Ashley Williams and Janelle Bromfield. They have the same team but in a different order. Renisha McGregor will lead them off in this one, where Cherokee Young did yesterday. Brazil, with Dos Santos Barreto, Leticia Lima, they were disqualified yesterday. Maria Desena and Annie Debassi, who also is running her second leg of the evening as well. And Colombia complete the lineup, the South American champions with Paola Lamoa, Caria Velez, Rosana Palacios and Naomi Castro. So we saw yesterday some pretty successful doubling up from the likes of Natalia Kazmarek of Poland and Ireland's Rashida Adeleke and Charlene Maudsley, who do go again in the mixed 4x4 for Ireland, by the way. They don't run in the women's 4x4 final later on. But the athletes, a couple of them doubling up here. Alicia Smith of Germany on the opening leg. Annie Debassi of Brazil on the anchor leg as well. We'll see what they can do here, Daphne, with the 2 in about an hour or so.
yeah, but yesterday we saw it with the Island girl, so maybe it's possible.
Certainly that was some impressive, particularly Adeleke yesterday, clocking some 50 seconds twice in the space of a couple of hours. But, they get led off with just 1 run this evening. So here we go then with the women's 4x400 meters Olympic qualifying round 2. Named in it, the 4 names that had been submitted. They do not start, so 5 for the 2 places. You have to expect the Jamaican quartet, if they run to their ability here, to their form, this quartet should be strong enough to win this. With some in hand, you would think.
Set.
So Renisha McGregor leading them off. She ran the anchor leg yesterday. I mentioned they've all switched around positions. None of them in the same position on this occasion. Alicia Smith of Germany running that second leg of the evening has got them in their focus ahead, but Renisha McGregor has gone up best over the first 200 meters or so. Up on Brazil, Kelly Dos Santos Barreto outside them. India had some misfortune yesterday with their men's team pulling up injured. Renisha McGregor. 3 of these teams haven't qualified a team from this championship so far. By the way, India, Brazil and Colombia looking for their first passports to Paris. Germany finishing strong here. This is Alicia Smith in her second run of the evening, who's actually made it up on Renisha McGregor in the closing stages, who paid the price for that strong early start, and a really good second leg of the night from Alicia Smith there has put Germany in the box seat ahead of Brazil and Jamaica. Colombia right on the outside and India inside them, and the baton in the hand for Germany now of Skadi Shea. Jamaica have Cherokee Young, last night's lead-off runner. Brazil, the baton is in the hand of Leticia Lima. Dandy for India, and it's Carla Velez for Colombia. Germany, Jamaica and Brazil away from the rest at the moment. At the battle for second place as Lima tries to close down on Cherokee Young, who herself is now chipping away at Skadi Shea. This is a much better second leg from Jamaica. Much better judgment from Cherokee Young. And India coming strongly down the home straight as well with Gatika Gandhi to put them in contention. They're going to be pretty much level with Germany by the time they pass the baton over. Ashley Williams heads off for Jamaica. India now in second position, and Germany have gone right back there. I think if they make a bit of a mess of the change there, Germany, they did, which in a 4x4 is inexcusable really, although the lactic of the incoming runner can always be a factor. So Germany have put themselves right under pressure now. Jamaica with that lead that's just being closed down by India's third leg runner, Obama Majatira. Ashley Williams out front for Jamaica. Germany are having to work back with Mona Meyer just trying to come around the outside of the Brazilian athlete Maria Decena. The Jamaica 400 meters in Paris. Brazil finished third, Germany in fourth place. All you got to do is deal with the hand that you're given. India were given an advantage by that Germany changeover, and they made it count. Jamaica, we expected them to be strong favourites. That was a good example when it all comes together well for you there. We said that if they all run to their potential as you'd expect them to do, Jamaica, an experienced quartet like that was a good performance.
Jamaica is doing a really good job in these rounds because they are all true.
Comfortable winners, Jamaica, joining their teams who progressed a little bit earlier on. And India, that is the first team that India have won through here from World Athletics Relays Bahamas 2024. Mentioned there's a big Jamaican contingent here, and they are not quite making as much noise as the Bahamians when the Bahamian mixed 4x4 team saw it through earlier on, but still a good reception for them. The Indian team, Rupal Dandi Matatira and Venkatesan. Again, that was an effective performance from them. They will get them on the passport to Paris qualification banner as well. And Germany, well, it was the change between Shia and Maya, which hopefully we'll get a chance to see. Daphne, that you spotted at the time. Keep an eye on that as we have a little look back at the changeovers. So this is the changeover here that went wrong.
Yeah, she started a little bit too early because she was so much lactic in her legs. That's what you can see in the last couple of meters. It was so difficult for her. And the incoming and the outgoing was like, okay, I need to go now, but that was a little bit too early. So she needs to stop and then wrap it and then go. That's the difficult thing of the 400 meters. You need to wait.
And the thing is, in the 4x4, I mean, it's obviously, you'd say it's half a second that you lose by just checking your stride slightly or making sure you're slightly safe. There's obviously another 399 meters you can make that up, whereas in a 4x1 it's obviously you've got to be ruthlessly efficient. In the 4x4 it's surprising to see a team make a mess up like that.
Yeah, the changeover is not that important. You have all the time to make it okay. You need to grab it and go. That's enough. Like, you cannot win that much time in it.
Well, small margins, unfortunately for Germany. That costly change left Jamaica and India to come through and put their places at the Olympic Games. Good performance from Jamaica to seal their passage in the first of the women's 4x400 meter heats, with India taking the second spot ahead of Brazil and Germany, paying the price for that poor back change.
4 seconds. That is the margin that separated Olympic qualification from elimination at the 2024 World Athletics Relays in Nassau. Not 4 minutes, not 40 meters. 4 seconds across 1,600 meters of racing. And the team that lost that margin had one of the fastest individual legs of the entire heat. That fact matters more than anything else you will see in this analysis. Speed did not decide this race. Execution did. Germany entered this women's 4x4 meters qualifying heat with real ambitions. Alika Schmidt, one of the most recognizable athletes in European athletics, was on the roster for a second race that evening. She had already run in the mixed relay, where Germany posted 3:16.74. Running twice in one session is a serious physiological load. The question is not whether Schmidt could handle that. It is whether Germany's system could hold together long enough for her leg to matter. Jamaica's opening leg told you immediately what kind of race this would be. Renisha McGregor attacked from the gun, established a lead inside the first 200 meters, and sustained it through a controlled back straight before delivering a first leg split in the 51-second range. At that pace, Jamaica's projected average was tracking toward 3:28, a clean qualifier by any standard. But McGregor's split was not just fast, it was strategically fast. She controlled the lactate curve by not overcooking the first 200 below 23.5 seconds, which would have wrecked her mechanical efficiency in the back half. She ran a front-loaded 52 that felt like a 51. That is the work of an athlete who understands the event. Retention, justice. Checkpoint. 4 o'clock stakes bend. To Schmidt took the baton in second place and immediately started closing. What she showed over the next 400 meters was technically impressive under real fatigue. In a second race of the evening, blood lactate from the mixed relay had not fully cleared. Despite that, Schmidt held her drive phase mechanics long enough to run competitively through the 300-meter mark. Her leg was later estimated in the 52 low range, given the context, one of Germany's strongest relay 400s of the season. She moved Germany into a position where they could realistically threaten India and Brazil for the second automatic spot. Here's the part that does not add up. Germany was faster individually than the clock suggests they should have been, and yet they finished fourth. The exchange between Scotty Shear and Mona Mayer is where the race turned. In a 4x400 meters, the outgoing runner begins accelerating inside the exchange zone while the incoming runner approaches. The timing window is narrow, roughly 20 meters, and both athletes need to read each other's speed accurately. When that breaks down, the outgoing runner decelerates to wait, losing the momentum the running start is designed to create. A poorly timed exchange costs between 0.3 and 0.6 seconds, depending on how much deceleration occurs. Germany finished 2.77 seconds behind India. That single exchange was almost certainly decisive. Retention. Underscore checkpoint, 50% mid-roll hook arrow. Most people assume relay races are lost in the legs. The numbers say otherwise. Research on 4x400 meters relay performance consistently shows that baton exchanges account for a larger share of variance in team results than individual leg splits at the sub-53-second level. Once you have 4 athletes capable of running 52 seconds, exchanges become the differentiator. Germany had the athletes. They did not have the exchange. What do you think, Ububi? Does one exchange error justify missing the Olympics? Leave your read in the comments. India's story runs in the opposite direction. Their quartet, Rupal, Jyothika Sri Dandi, Puvama Raju Machetara, and Subha Venkatesan, had already run 3:29.74 in the qualifying round, so the 3:29.35 they posted in the final heat was not a surprise. It was a confirmation. Each leg ran within roughly 53.3 seconds on average, with consistent pacing across the team. No single superstar leg, no dramatic surge. Just 4 athletes who understood each other's speed well enough to execute 3 clean exchanges under competition pressure. Jamaica's anchor, Janelle Bromfield, closed in the 51 high range, extending the lead on a back straight, where metabolic fatigue typically collapses mechanics. Cherokee Young and Ashley Williams had held the margin stable through legs 2 and 3. The Jamaican system absorbed the pressure of being chased and responded by not making errors. The lesson from Nassau is structural. A relay is not 4 individual races added together. It is a system, and systems fail at their interfaces. Germany's interfaces, specifically one of them, failed at the worst possible moment. Jamaica's held, India's held. That is why the results read the way they do. The question is not whether Alika Schmidt was good enough. She clearly was. The question is whether a relay team can afford even one moment of imperfect coordination when the field is this compressed. At the 2024 relays, the answer was no. Next time you watch a 4x400 meter, ignore the individual leg splits for 30 seconds. Watch the exchange zones. Watch the outgoing runner's acceleration. Watch whether the timing is tight or whether there is a half step of hesitation. That half step is where races are actually won and lost. If you want to see what a mechanically clean relay exchange looks like under fatigue, the geometry, the acceleration timing, the arm placement, that breakdown is next. Subscribe so you catch it when it drops.